Hey everybody, this is Lorelia, and today I want to talk about a topic that needs to be discussed because a lot of people are getting I hate to use the word scammed, bamboozled. It's just a lack of knowledge, and I'm going to be serious here. So I had a client talk to me about she received some information about student loan relief. Now, it is no secret if you live in the U.S., um, student loan debt is serious. I mean, people are being shackled with hundreds and thousands of dollars of debt. So, a client of mine who graduated undergraduate school debt free, she was, you know, blessed. I'm going to use that word, blessed, in terms of her parents planned the proper way for her to go to school student loan free. With that being said, so now, she's, in her 40s at the time that she decided to go to grad school. And so she took on some student loan debt. She couldn't pay for it herself out of pocket. She didn't have a job that was going to pay for it, so she went and got student loans. And she's in debt. And and she said, "Well, I'm getting some information about student loan relief, student loan forgiveness. That's it. I apologize. Student loan forgiveness. And I'm going to pay some money for these individuals to help me forgive my loan." And I had to tell her the truth. And this is, and I want people to just think about it for a second. There are hundreds and thousands of people in the US currently who have thousands of dollars in student loan debt. If it was so easy to get your student loan forgiven, let's think about it. We're not talking knowing knowledge of the law, knowledge of, I just want you to think about it. If it was that easy to get your student loan debt forgiven, there would not be nobody in debt. No one would be in debt. Everyone would accumulate a whole bunch of student loan debt and just say, hey, it can be forgiven. And I know a lot of people will say, well, back in 2009, Obama signed, the law to student loan, forgiveness, this, that, and the other. Yes, I'm very familiar with that law. But it really was a law for relief. It gave individuals relief. And what do I mean by relief? You're still going to be responsible for that loan. You still going to be responsible for paying, especially if it's a federal loan. That's why I did a video that I'm going to actually attach to this video, explaining to people the difference between the different types of federal loans. Because before you can even get into the conversation of debt relief, like I said, forgiveness is not even on the table. Forgiveness is a very extreme case, very extreme. And I'm not going to go into it this video. Basically you have to be disabled. I mean, you truly, I mean, it ain't even, like I said, that's another video to talk about forgiveness. And it's very extreme cases, but it's not a case of, I went to college, I can't afford to pay my student loan bill every month, and can you get this loan forgiven because I can't pay it. That don't work. But going back to what I said, I did a video explaining the difference between federal loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. Before you can even talk about relief, um, getting relief, how to get relief, most people don't even know the type of loan they have. Do you know how many people I sit with who say, I am being I'm overwhelmed with student loan debt. I can't pay the bill. And the first thing I ask them, well, is it federal or private? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if it's federal, is it subsidized, unsubsidized? Mm-hmm. How are you going to even talk about relief when you don't even know what type of loan you have? Now, if you're not fortunate to be like, okay, I got $40,000, $50,000 in student loan debt, and let me just write a check. If you're not that fortunate and you need relief, because there's nothing wrong with getting relief. Relief is a matter of, I got a payment that's as high as my mortgage, or I have a payment that's over $1,000 and I financially can't afford it. I got, because this is serious, and these are real situations where a person can have $150,000, $200,000 in student loan debt, and they only make $30,000 or $50,000. Let's do the math. That's going to be a high monthly payment. So basically, that law that got signed in 2009 is to give you relief. So really, these programs where people are saying or marketing to you saying that they're going to get your loan forgiven, they're not going to get your loan forgiven. Basically, it is a marketing tactic to get you to call them. And what happens is that they will eventually tell you, probably, I've never been through it, but I'm assuming they're somewhere in the conversation they're going to say, it can't be forgiven, but what we can do is get you relief. But the problem is that before you can even get to that conversation, at least with the client of mine, you had to pay this money up front. And that's why I told her, it's a case of, they know they can't get the loan forgiven, but they're going to help you get relief. And that you could do your own, do yourself. It's pretty much like the credit stuff that I talk about, understanding how the law works, being knowledgeable about it, and doing it yourself. It's all out there. Navient, which is one of, previously was Sally Mae, has all the information on their website. I know it's like pulling teeth. Seems like once they went over to Navient, Sally Mae, it's not as easy to call. So if you're looking to talk to someone, that is a bit difficult. Now, you probably are going to sit on the phone for a while before you get a live person. But in that time, you can pretty much had downloaded the form off the website, filled it out, faxed it to them. So I say that to say, student loan forgiveness it's not there. Because if that's the case, nobody would have student loan debt. All these people who were crying about student loan debt, they would opt for forgiveness too. If it was that easy, they would say, okay, and believe you me, like I said, I need to do a separate video on forgiveness. The rules are very strict, even they say, for teachers who work in a disenfranchised community. There are very strict rules in terms of how long you have to be a teacher. You have to have made the payment on time for a certain amount of years. So that don't mean, okay, well, I think it's 5 years consecutively. That don't mean, okay, well, in 2012, I got a deferment, but then I picked it back up in 2013, but I paid on time for 2014. No. It's very clear. It's got to be consecutive years on time. And it's still not total forgiveness. It's just a portion. It's not total forgiveness. So I say all that to say, it ain't that easy. Like I said, and I don't mean to call nobody ignorant, but it's a business, man. Financial illiteracy and financial ignorance is $1 billion industry. If it was that easy, everybody would get student loan forgiveness. Oh, I ain't gonna pay that. I went to school, got $200,000 worth of debt. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna fill out that student loan forgiveness form. Everybody would be saying that as soon as they graduate. I graduated in June. Next week I'll be signing that student loan forgiveness form and get rid of all this student loan debt. Nah, it don't exist, ladies and gentlemen. It don't. So that's really my rant on the whole student loan forgiveness. It doesn't exist. Like I said, student loan relief exists, and that you can do yourself. So once again, this is Lorelia. If you want to know what I'm currently working on, I'll have everything underneath this video, and look forward to talking to you in the next video. Bye-bye.